Ready. Play.
From a straight
Oh, there you go, Marrakech hat on. I have started recording, whether I'll include this at the end, I don't know. We were just having a quick chat about, starting interviews and stuff and forgetting to turn the mic on. We might have spoken about this in Rio, I'm not sure, but I remember once, 5 minutes into an interview with Pam Shriver, I said, I haven't clicked record yet. Anyway, listen, last time I saw you in Rio, I know you've been via Miami and Indian Wells in reverse order before coming here. First of all, actually, just introduce yourself and tell us who you are, by the way.
Yeah, so Connor Joyce, from Australia, working with the First Serve. So sort of on a bit of a global tour in 2025, and as you said, came through Brazil, Argentina, and America, and now here in Marrakech. I always find it's interesting to see someone in Rio and then see them again in just completely other side of the world.
And not that long ago.
No,
it sort of feels weird. I mean, it's funny with the players sometimes as well. You're especially, some of the lower ranked players, they remember you from a challenger 6 months ago, somewhere obscure. By the way, just very quickly, when is your trip ending?
Likely July. I'm meant to be
wow.
going back to Australia, so we're going to
So does that include Wimbledon?
We'll see.
Okay.
I might go other way, but yeah.
Wow. All right, tell us about Marrakech. I got here yesterday. I decided to take the budget option with the bus from the airport straight here and took the bus in the wrong direction. And then very kindly, though, a random dude said, do you want to go 50-50 on a cab back to the city centre?
Yeah.
And I said, look, I've got euros or credit card. And he said, oh, don't worry about it. And he just paid for the cab. I gave him my bottle of water, which I don't know if that was insulting or what. But anyway, how about you? How's your time in Marrakech been?
Similar first up experience. Didn't have cash on arrival and lost my credit card in another country. So struggled.
Which country?
It was back in Chile.
Okay.
So, got sucked up by an ATM machine. But anyway, the dreams of travelling. But had to get a taxi, managed to be able to pay with Apple Pay. So got in that, and then the driver was just cutting off everyone he possibly could and blaming them every time. So it was pretty chaotic, getting quite angry, but dropped me in the middle of the Medina, which is very chaotic. And
How are you finding the motorbikes?
I mean, I haven't taken one, but I've been through Southeast Asia a bit. It's that kind of vibe. It's you just have to be aware. It's kind of you just walk and they'll avoid you almost. But
There's a lot of faith in that relationship.
There is a lot of faith, but sometimes if you don't go, you'll never get across.
How does the tournament here compare? I saw you tweeting the other day about sort of comparing it to challenges in people coming and going. Tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, that's how I felt. I mean, I was kind of expecting, I don't know, I thought it would be ticketed, at least for centre court maybe. Yeah, coming in first day. It's not only is it free, it's very relaxed. It felt like people sort of just walking past and like, oh, tennis. And not only tennis, it's like a 250. So I don't know, I think that vibe's interesting. And then the side is pretty relaxed. You've kind of got like stray cats roaming around and different things you don't see in other sort of, I don't know, events at this level. But at the same time, I think it's great that people can come in, just literally walk up, sit courtside and watch guys that are in the top 50. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, right. I think it's the only main tour event in Africa. On top of that, just in terms of I've asked 4 or 5 different people about the media room, and I think basically we're looking straight ahead at it now, which is just some tables randomly laid out. The Wi-Fi here is a little, by the way, these are first world problems, I know, and we are living in a tennis bubble. Totally. Get in the comment section below and call us whatever you want on that topic. But the media room is just some tables in front of us, and the Wi-Fi is sketchy. But
it's actually quite nice, these tables, if this is the media centre.
Okay.
Got a pool. I'm not sure we can get in, but
Barcelona style.
Exactly. But the facilities are more low-key than you'll probably see, I don't know, maybe anywhere on the ATP Tour. But I mean, at the same time, the players, I feel like, the facilities might not look great, but they seem really relaxed. Like, they're just walking through the public. I saw Hugo Gaston roll past me on an electric scooter just before. I'm like, this is different. Like, I don't know, it's just a different vibe. And I mean, it seems like the players all love. I've sort of heard from a few that they really like this event. I think they probably stay in nice accommodation, and it's just different. It's a place that you probably wouldn't come to unless you're, on the tennis tour maybe. And
I mean, 2 recent walks, if you like, to the venue that I've experienced. One in Rio from basically where the neighbourhood where you were staying. By the way, it's a very luscious, by Rio standards certainly, neighbourhood, Leblon, and yet you still have that unbelievable contrast. Walking past some homeless guy on the floor, who's not sure where his next meal is coming from, and then you walk into the event and there's Gucci and Dolce & Gabbana and everything else, and it's a stark contrast. Here there's a slightly different stark contrast. It's not quite sort of that, but yeah, just walking from the Medina where I was on the outskirts of the Medina to here, it's a funny walk as well.
Yeah, I think that's like this whole area is nicer. Like
Yeah.
that's why maybe the contrast from the streets here to inside is not too
No,
stark.
it's not
but
so
the
stark.
contrast from here to the Medina is like,
Yeah.
yeah, the streets over there where it is just chaos, and it's probably more touristy, but
Yeah.
also a crazy mix of locals just going about their day. So
Yeah.
yeah, you've got a lot more people coming up to you. You know, they're trying to sell you stuff, and yeah, I mean, that's probably not as much over this side, but I still think, yeah, as you said, it's just like a different city. That it's crazy that the tour comes here, really.
Yeah, but it's great, and I wish we had more variance in that respect on the tour. Final question, anyway. Just you did a tour of some sort yesterday?
Actually, no.
Oh, you didn't? Okay, you had a look around.
I've walked around, and yeah. I walked through a lot of the city through a garden, which is supposedly top 10 garden in the world. I'm not sure it lived up to that, but yeah, that was cool. But yeah, I mean, staying in sort of a hostel, like a riad, doing it quite cheap to sort of get the experience, and it's really cool. Like so many people that have just travelled from all parts of the world, meeting a lot of them. I've said a few like, oh, there's a tennis event for free, and brought a few in yesterday, and they loved it. So yeah, we were talking like, is there a way to market these events better? I don't know. It seems like there's a lot of marketing around the city to me, but I mean, yeah, to have a 250, I feel like, I'm just telling people and they're like, wow, like that's crazy. And then they came in, they loved it. So yeah, it's cool.
Cool. And the tennis this week, any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think there's an opportunity for someone to win a title that will really change their season, because yeah, the draw's not amazing. I think we had Musetti, maybe he's the only top 30 player, and then he withdrew. So yeah, no one in the sort of top 35. I saw Greg Sport hitting first day, and he looked like he was really struggling. But
okay, physically, you mean?
physically, yeah.
Okay.
I'm not sure if it was probably the heat.
Okay.
Yeah, the sun's quite hot here, but yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we see someone, inside the top 100, but deeper, maybe a Nuno Borges or Luciano Darderi type to make a run. Bellucci, for sure, we just saw him win, so yeah.
Cool, thanks. Just wonder if I got a what.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.